Helen Worth has been playing Gail Platt on Coronation Street since 1974, and over those 49 years, the character has been on a roller coaster ride. From 6 marriages to affairs, her daughter's teenage pregnancy, bitter feuds, and even facing serial killers, Gail has lived a drama-packed life on the iconic cobbles. Off-screen, actress Helen has admitted that she wouldn't be able to handle Gail's life, claiming she'd be in a mental institution if they shared similarities. "I come home and see friends and go to the theater. Luckily I find it quite easy to switch off. It'd be a nervous wreck if I didn't," she previously told the Mirror. The 72-year-old, who has been working in Manchester for nearly 50 years despite living in London, has a drastically different love life from Gail, having only walked down the aisle twice in her life. Helen's first husband was actor Michael Angelis, who is best known for narrating the Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends children's series. The pair were together from the mid-70s and finally tied the knot in 1991, but their marriage hit rocky ground after he had an affair in 1995. He had no choice but to reveal his infidelity to his wife after learning that a newspaper story was set to run on it. "Nothing can ever prepare you for the day your husband sits you down and tells you he is having an affair," Helen told the Mirror in 2001. It was the first time she'd spoken publicly about her personal life. "My marriage was everything to me. It was the foundation on which everything else was built. I had been with Michael for nearly half of my life. I never imagined that we wouldn't grow old together. When he told me, everything just went black. Things started to make sense. Maybe I realized right away that something like that had been bound to happen. Things hadn't been right for some time, but, naively maybe, I didn't think it was serious. The pictures were about to be published and he knew he had to tell me fast," she continued. "He just said he was having an affair. I went through every emotion. I was hurt. Then angry. So angry. I tried to tell myself it wasn't happening. The worst thing was that I knew it was going to be in the papers the next day. To know that the rest of the world had to know about my pain was just unbearable." Helen claims at the time neither of them wanted to throw away the 21 years they'd spent together, so they decided to try and rebuild their relationship. But ultimately, the damage had been done. Over the following weeks and months, Helen and Michael would spend hours talking about where they'd gone wrong. "I can't describe how hard it was," she recalls. "Everything was slipping away and I couldn't do anything to stop it. I'd be up in Manchester, just trying to get on with the job and telling myself everything would be okay. But maybe I knew, deep down, that it was never going to be okay again." Their relationship came to an end in 2001 when more pictures emerged of Michael with his mistress, Welsh model Jennifer Kalaschi. The pair went on to marry. Helen felt like she was drowning and being dragged down as their relationship finally fell apart, so she threw herself into work to cope. "I was afraid to let go. I just couldn't imagine a world that didn't have Michael in it," she said. "But in the end, I didn't have a choice. I had to accept it. It was either accept it, or go under, and I was never going to do that. I'm a survivor. It'd just never been put to the test until then." Despite the pain caused, Helen didn't hold a grudge against her ex-husband, with the pair remaining friends and regularly meeting up for lunch until his tragic death in 2020. "He was called a love rat and a cheat. But he wasn't. That's not how it was. Things are never that easy. He just met someone who made him happier than I could. It wasn't a crime. It was just desperately sad, she said. I know now that Michael suffered as much as I did. He still loved me when he left. It tore him apart that he was hurting me. He would never willingly have caused me pain. He is the gentlest man I know. Helen then remained single for some time until her whirlwind romance with a deputy headmaster. The Corrie star met Trevor Dawson at a mutual friend's 90th birthday party, and he claimed it was love at first sight. Trevor, who is 7 years younger than Helen, had already been a fan before they met as he regularly watched her character on screen. We watched the show together. I had always been a fan going back some years. I used to watch it with my mum. Of course, Gail was my favorite, he told the Mirror in 2016. The couple kept their romance secret for more than a year before they tied the knot at St James' Church in London in 2012 in front of many of her Corrie co-stars. The newlyweds were greeted by nearly 200 well-wishers who cheered as they emerged from the ceremony. Thanking her guests, Helen said, "It's been the most fantastic day, it has exceeded all expectations. We are thrilled that so many of our friends and family could be here to celebrate with us." Former church organist Trevor is also a qualified pilot and shares Helen's passion for wildlife conservation. Explaining how Helen wooed him with her culinary skills, Trevor added, "Cooking is Helen's department. I do the consuming. She's really good." Helen has previously stated how much she loves working on Corrie and hopes to stick around for many years to come.